The dust of the 1800 election, a tie that had nearly broken the young republic, still tasted like ash to Thomas Jefferson. Aaron Burr, the sharp, ambitious New Yorker who had been his vice president, was the source of that bitter flavor. By 1806, the former vice president was a private citizen, but far from quiet. The whispers of his activities in the Western Territories grew louder, fueled by suspicious travelers and nervous military officials. The reports filtering back to the White House spoke of a grand, nebulous scheme, raising a private army, seizing Spanish lands in Mexico, perhaps even tearing the Western states from the Union to forge a new empire under Burr's command. Jefferson, the champion of small government and strict construction, felt a familiar, chilling surge of Federalist fear. This was not a policy disagreement. This was treason against the empire of liberty he was building. The president did not wait for solid, irrefutable proof. The moment he received a particularly alarming dispatch, one that implicated Burr in a direct treasonous plot, he acted. On November 27, 1806, Jefferson issued a public proclamation. He did not name Burr, but the meaning was clear. He warned the nation of a traitorous enterprise and ordered all civil and military officials to suppress it with force. In doing so, Jefferson played both the judge and the jury. He seized the political narrative, painting Burr as an unequivocal villain before the man had been indicted, let alone stood trial. The most damaging evidence against Burr was circumstantial, often coming from compromised sources like General James Wilkinson, a known Spanish pensioner who was maneuvering to save his own skin. When Burr was finally arrested and transported east, Jefferson kept up the pressure. His public statements and private correspondence, which he knew would be circulated, were relentless. He pushed for the maximum charge of treason, mobilizing the full weight of the executive branch to secure a conviction. He used his office, his prestige, and the power of the federal government to ensure that his former political rival was not just defeated, but destroyed. The subsequent trial in Richmond, Virginia, presided over by Chief Justice John Marshall, was a direct clash of powers. Marshall, a staunch Federalist and Jefferson's judicial nemesis, demanded that the constitutional definition of treason be strictly adhered to. There must be an overt act witnessed by two people. Burr's actions, however manipulative or self-serving, were not proved to meet the standard. Burr walked free, but Jefferson had achieved his secondary goal. The relentless persecution, the full-scale presidential attack, had succeeded in turning public opinion so thoroughly that Burr's reputation and political future were ruined forever. For Jefferson and the triumphant Democratic Republicans, it was a necessary political execution. For his critics, it was a chilling demonstration of how far a president, even one who preached the virtues of limited power, would go to eliminate a political enemy. The ends had quite ruthlessly justified the means.